Welcome back, everyone, to our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 3. So now it's time to move over to the truck series. Of course, we simulated the very first race of the playoffs in the trucks, which was a road course event. Now it's time for Las Vegas. But before we get to Las Vegas, let's take a quick look in the season status and the playoff grid, and let's see what kind of damage we did by simulating that very first race. And immediately, you can see we're right at the bottom on the cut line. So Cody Coughlin is only 2 points behind us right now. We've got a lot to make up. I mean, 37 points behind the leader, but that's not really our biggest thing. Really, Stuart Friesen is the one we need to focus on. We've got 2 races to get either enough good finishes and points to get our way in to the next round or to get that victory. So we know that we can do very well at Las Vegas, but we're going to try to make things as difficult as we can on ourselves. All right, let's go ahead and prepare for the race and adjust that work plan. Let's see, Speedway, let's go ahead and max this out. Let's see, up next is Super Speedway. We don't have a Super Speedway chassis. So then after that is the short track. So we'll go ahead and just focus on that a little bit. All right, looks like everybody is assigned. Let's go ahead and start that work plan. And that'll get us 2 100s across the board in bay number 2. So we'll back out. And at this point, it's time to head to the track. All right, folks, it is now time for Vegas and race number 2 in the Truck Series playoffs. Man, I really hope we get some expanded options on painting and doing some nice liveries in NASCAR Heat 4, because I'm getting really tired of seeing some of these basic paint schemes. So we're going to be starting from the rear, 13% race, so we're going to have 3 stages, but they're going to be very short, and we've got a lot of spots to make up. Oh wow, these guys are really slow here at the back of the field. All right, so we're going to head to the high side.
Still there.
And yeah, that's going to enable us to pass a lot of cars.
Clear low.
We kind of know the drill with Las Vegas and sort of how the AI operated this track. They're okay in 1 and 2. The faster trucks are anyway. But in 3 and 4, they don't do so well. So we got 6 laps here in stage 1 to see if we can get ourselves at least close to the front. Oh, he's pinching us right into the wall. There we go.
That car there's on your inside. He's inside. All right, now you're clear. Inside.
All right, so we're going to make our way well up into the running order at this point. We are now entering about the halfway point of the field, roughly. And yeah, here in just a few moments we'll be right on the edge of the top 10.
Still there.
So we're on maximum difficulty AI. This is one of those tracks that I really hope they give some love to for NASCAR Heat 4 in regards to the AI. A lot of things changing about the AI in the upcoming release of NASCAR Heat 4, as we've seen so far in the videos here on the channel, in the different information and footage that's been released. So hopefully that means good things for some of the tracks such as Vegas that really could use the love. All right, so we are now inside the top 10, and at this point I'm just going to stick to the outside. There's really no reason to mess around on the bottom and get into a blocking game with these guys as they try to keep me behind them.
2 laps to go.
All right, 2 more laps here in stage 1.
All right, now you're clear.
Wow, we are going to be up. The real question is, can we get to the lead by the end of stage 1? And the answer to that is likely going to be yes, because we are running quite a bit faster than these guys. Even faster than I remember.
a good wheel here. Don't move. Stay high. Hang tight there, driver. Hold this line here. Bottom lane's clear. Use it.
All right, there we go. Yes, we're running away from these guys at this point. All right, so as we come to a close in stage 1, we have gone from the very back to the very front. We've passed 31 cars, or trucks as the case may be. I did not expect to be able to do that anywhere close to that quickly, but yet here we are. Of course, that victory in stage number 1 is going to mean some really good things for us as far as points. You can see we pick up 10 points, which is always nice, but of course our ultimate goal is going to be to win the race. Now, the question is, let's go ahead and pit. And let's just say, yes, go ahead and do whatever you want, because this will put us back to the rear of the pack once again. So we'll try to do this all over again here in stage 2. And then if it goes well, who knows, maybe we'll try this again in stage 3. Because I do not want to be out front just running away from everyone and not having any excitement. So let's at least try to make it a little bit more difficult. Alright, so trying to get up to speed. You can see the outside lane getting up to speed a little bit better through 1 and 2. Timothy Peters out of the throttle.
Alright, now you're clear. Alright, now you're clear.
Alright, he keeps telling me I'm clear. I can't believe that's the case. And no, it's not. I was going to say, they're nose to tail on the inside lane, and in a large part on the outside lane as well.
Still there.
So I don't see much way I could be
Careful now. Still there.
clear at this point.
Got one down low now. Got one down low. Inside. All right, clear outside. All right, clear low. Clear low.
So at this point, I mean, we can easily run this track wide open, but I'm not most of the time, because these cars and these trucks dart around quite a bit. You can see the AI doing that even on the straightaways. So I'm lifting just to sort of keep my distance from them.
All right, now you're clear.
All right, so we're getting close to that top 10 once again. So 7 laps total here in this particular stage.
That car there's on your inside. Inside.
Right here, way out of the gas, because they weren't going to give me enough room to go 3 wide coming off that corner.
That car there's on your inside. Inside. Careful. Still there. You stay up high here. Stay up high. All right, careful now.
All right, we'll take it. That gets us into the top 10.
Clear all around.
All right, now we've got some cleaner track. We've reached the point in the field where it's already started to string out a little bit, and these guys are mostly single file. So just like that, 5 laps in, and we can see the leader.
Hold your line. Stay up high. Stay high.
Really put me in a bind right there on corner entry. I thought he was going to dive to the bottom, and he did not.
All right, now you're clear.
All right, so this puts us up into 4th,
Laps to go.
and we must be side by side with 3rd.
Careful. Still there. All right, now you're clear.
All right, here we go. We find ourselves in a very similar situation to stage number 1. And this time around,
Careful.
actually, I think
Still
we're
there.
getting here a
Bottom
little
lane's
quicker,
clear. Use it if you need it.
because we're coming to the white flag, and we are easily ahead of 2nd place. So once again, if we can finish off this lap without too much issue, we should come home with a very nice finish. Pick up 10 more points for winning the stage, as well as, of course, another playoff point, which we might very well need going forward in our quest to make it to Homestead with a chance for the title. All right, there you have it. We'll finish off stage number 2
That's a stage
in the
win
lead
there, driver.
rather
Good job.
easily, in fact. All right, so now it's decision time. What are we going to do for stage 3? Well, I see no reason not to pit. We might as well come in, and we've got 20 laps left. Let's see if we can't make some fun in this race. All right, let's go ahead. So we're going to pit, start in the rear once again. Let's see, so we got 20 laps remaining.
Have a good day.
Now,
Be ready.
hopefully you guys can't hear this, but unfortunately my neighbor has decided it's time to cut grass. And it's pretty early in the morning, but he has decided it's time to cut grass, and at some points he's going to get really close to our house. So hopefully you guys won't have to hear that, but if you do hear something weird in the background, that's what it is.
Need you to stay up high here. Stay up high. All right, careful now. Still there.
All right, so instead of just driving on the outside like we've done the first 2 times around, I mean, look at these. I mean, this is pretty much just pace formation right here. There's nowhere to go other than what we've been doing. So I'm going to see what we can do on the inside. I mean, these guys are hugging that bottom pretty heavily right now. So we've managed to get to the front in, what, about 6 laps?
Still there.
We'll say in the first couple of stages. So we'll see how long it takes us to get there, if we can get there.
Outside, outside. All right, now you're clear.
Gonna let Timothy Peters know that we're behind him. But I doubt he's gonna give us much room. Let's see if he's gonna. All right, he does give us a little bit of room,
All right,
so
careful
we'll
now. Still there. Car
all the way
outside.
out of the gas.
Car outside. All right, clear high, bud.
Okay, so far so good. A little minor
there.
contact, but
Clear already. Outside, outside.
ooh, there we go. There we go. A little extra. We were getting a nice little shove from behind
Got one
there.
outside now.
I like it. So now we're back where we started, in the rear. So we got to start all over again. We've got, I didn't see when it came across, but about 13 laps, 12 or 13 laps remaining. So let's try this again.
Stay on the bottom here for me. All right, careful now. Still there. Clear high. Clear high.
Yeah, completely out of the throttle on the entry of turn 3, and basically just waiting for these guys
Still there.
to pick up the throttle again when we're running behind them.
Stay low. Stay low.
So Jennifer Jo Cobb
Careful,
leaving the
still
bottom
there.
open for me on entry. We will happily take that.
Clear all around. All right, clear high, bud.
All right, anytime these guys slide up the track,
You
I'm
got
all
all the
in
room.
favor of that.
You're clear.
'cause that just opens the door for us. Ooh, look at that. He's going to block the bottom heavily. All right, now he moves up the track a little bit. Give us some room.
Stay low. Still there.
So we'll move up.
All right, now
Wow,
you're clear.
Harrison Burton not having a good run. Back in 25th position. That's certainly not going to help his chances to make it to the next round.
All right, clear outside.
All right, let's see if we can get to his inside.
All right, clear outside.
Okay, not bad. So now we got a little bit of a gap here, and about 10 laps to go, and we're still in 24th. All right, coming up on 3 trucks here. Actually, these guys are running side by side. Can we get to the inside? Yes, we can.
Stay
Ooh,
low.
all the way out of the
Careful now, still
gas.
there.
Thought we were going to run over poor Wendell Chavis right there.
You're all clear up top.
We'll move to the inside of him. And Tanner
Stay on the
Thorson.
bottom here
Oh,
for me. Still there. Clear all around.
okay, 21st position with 9 laps to go. Just sort of pedaling the throttle, going through the corner, waiting to see when he's going to get back into the gas so that we can get going.
All right, careful now. Still there. Track's all yours, bud. You're clear.
Oh, man.
All clear.
Every time I think I've got these guys figured out on how slow they're going to get into the corner, they go even slower, it seems.
Careful. Still there.
So I'm going to go out and back out of it early,
Still there.
way early on the corner entry. We'll try to get a good run coming off the corner.
You got all the room you need, man. You're clear. You got a car up top. He's up top. Got a car high now.
Once again,
Bottom lane's
way
clear.
out of the
Get this
gas.
seated. Still there. Top lane's free here. Use it if you need it. Top lane's free. All right, careful now. Still there.
All right, so a
Clear
good
all
run
around.
through 1 and 2. Crafton's going to give us a little room, and we're happily going to take that.
Careful. Still there. All clear.
All right, so a little gap here before we get to the next group of cars. Another thing hopefully will be addressed in NASCAR Heat 4 is this freight train effect that you get with the AI, where they all just want to stick together, and you know, every once in a while they'll pull out to pass, but for the most part it just seems like their bumpers are glued together. All right, so we're getting down to it now. 36 laps total. We're about to start lap 32, so we're going to have to get a move on and see if we can make this happen and get all the way to the front. I'm hoping these guys have gotten out there to a point where we're going to have a hard time doing so. Got 5 laps remaining. Let's see if we can make it happen.
All right, now you're clear. Inside.
You can see there is a large gap that we've got at this point to make up.
Watch that car in front of you. He's slowing down. He's going to be pitting this time.
Oh, looks like somebody is pitting. And there we go. Yes, he came from the high side all the way down to pit. Certainly not the best idea.
Inside. All right, now you're clear.
Okay, that gets us into the top 10. So now we'll go after a top 5. I'm guessing that top 5 is just ahead of us in that next group of cars. Question is, do we have enough time to get to them and pass them? So it's unfortunate that we have to do things like this in order to help the AI out, but sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. All right, so now we're closing in on these guys. And of course, turns 3 and 4 will make up a lot of time.
Inside. Clear all around. I need 2 more. Star lap, driver. Keep
All
it
right,
going.
2 more laps. So the chances are we're not going to be able to get all the way to the front
Stay high. Careful.
by the
Still
end
there.
of
All right, now you're clear.
this race. So we're going to get everything we can get to maximize our points.
All right, clear low. Clear low. You're all clear up top.
All right, so now that gets us to the top 5. And, well, we see the top 4 immediately in front of us. We've got 1 more lap. Can we get any more positions? All right, final corner. I feel like we can get in finger through here. I don't know about the next truck, so we're going to be able to get
Stay up high here.
in finger and
Careful, still there.
okay, not
Clear,
bad.
all right. Way to
Not
go,
bad. We'll
bud.
come home
High five.
fourth. We'll take it. The timing on that ran out pretty good. Had we had another 2 laps, we probably would have been easily in the lead. So that turned out really nice, in fact. So 4th position. Let's see what that does for us in terms of the points when you add up all of the stage points we got. All right, so the money's certainly not anywhere near what we will get in the Xfinity cars for an equal finish. And certainly not the Cup. So Johnny Sauter will come home with the victory. Or at least I think he's the one that got the victory. So for us, we pick up a couple of playoff points and are now well ahead of 7th position Cody Coughlin, 27 points. So that's very nice. So our focus in the next race at Talladega is going to be just hopefully we don't get in a wreck. But other than that, that's about the only thing that could keep us from moving on to the next round. We can pick up a few more points and maybe pass John Hunter or Stuart Friesen, but for right now, we are in a great position to move on to round 2. Let's go ahead and move through these final few screens. We'll make our way back to the main menu and see what kind of Twitter feedback we get from today's race. Okay, picked up 148 more fans, $86,000. The more money we get, the more we can do to our Cup team next season. Okay, Matt Crafton, some nice words for us. More races like that, and you'll be sitting pretty for a championship. And me and Johnny Sauter apparently are getting along quite nicely. Let's see, Robbie Lyons, super clean, incredibly professional, and totally amazing. That's a bit odd coming from another driver, but we'll take it. So what's coming up next? Well, it's the Roval. Now, I doubt we'll be doing that race because that is almost a suicide mission in this game against the AI, but who knows? We might feel a little bit frisky and decide to go for it. But either way, that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our career mode series of NASCAR Heat 3.